Hey everybody, this is D&D Extra. I'm Dwayne.
This is late night with D&D.
Anyway, I am Dwayne, and this is my buddy.
David.
Did you want to say something to me about
I'll say it again since this is the second time we're recording this. you Googleberry. That I wanted to explain, and I'll make this an exclusive just for our patrons, since
Yes.
we love, who we would not be doing any of this without.
That's absolutely true.
I was thinking about this week about how you love to needle me about being half asleep when our podcast starts on Thursday nights at 10 p.m. Eastern.
Right.
And I was thinking about it, but you know what? If I got as pumped as you did, it just wouldn't be real. Because for one, I'm tired.
Yeah.
And for two, it's been like 24 hours since we saw the episode.
Yeah.
I've probably seen it twice.
Me too.
I've gotten into a study calm mode, and I'm just I'm just relaxed getting on the podcast. And then we get on the podcast. Hey, everybody, this is Dwayne. I'm like, I am not talking like that, but still, that's you, because you get so pumped when the live light goes on. And I just like talking, you know. And it's funny because the podcast I listen to, I only listen to a couple. I listen to Slash Film Podcast, and I listen to How Did This Get Made, and everybody just talks so casual and calm.
Yeah.
Nobody comes on like you do, but
So
you're Mr. Pumped. No, but I like it. That's your style. You love getting on the podcast and you love doing it. I love the community that we're in.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, wait. That doesn't mean I don't love the community.
I know that, but I'm just saying, when the live light goes on, you're like in podcast mode, and when you're in podcast mode, you're on 5 V8s. You know, and I haven't actually had a Monster in a while, so maybe I need to start drinking Monsters again.
So you kind of like get into the podcast by about 2.5 minutes in, about the time I hit the recap.
Well, since you've shortened the pre-recap stuff, that gives me enough time to get warmed up and thinking about, okay, he's done.
Yeah.
That actually gets me pumped that you're finished.
Oh, nice. Well, last week I referenced you, and you were looking through your papers. You weren't even listening to me.
I usually have time to get my papers together in case I don't, because last week I was late, but it was. But you were too quick last week. So
how cool is it that we've got Joe, Sierra, Varner, and Kelly and Dale? How cool is that for Sunday night?
Why do you need me?
Why do they need us at all?
Yeah, they probably won't. You remember what happened in Durham when all these survivors got together?
Yeah.
After about 5 or 10 minutes of being cordial,
they're going to vote us off.
They're in the little group talking about Survivor.
Yeah.
Did you talk to so-and-so? Did you talk to so-and-so? Did you talk to cameraman so-and-so?
Yeah.
Next thing you know, we're on the outside.
Yeah.
Dwayne, you want to go get some more lobster?
Yeah.
Let's go get another lobster.
Oh, man. Well, anyway, so it's exciting. Fun stuff.
Fun stuff. Speaking of which, Durham Warriors has now put out a volunteer list where you can go in and sign up for different parts of being a different post of being a volunteer. That has gotten so organized. And I've just emailed John today, John Fatata, about doing Periscope.
You say Fajada, I say Fataha. Let's go.
I love the guy. I don't know his last name. But anyway, I want to do Periscope while I'm there. And I don't know what they're going to have me do. I really want to work with the tribe, like be a handler or something.
That's what I would want to do. Yeah.
But during challenges, I won't be doing anything. So what I want to do, my idea is to get one of the survivors that's there and Periscope with them while we're watching the challenge. So people won't be able to see the challenge because they don't want to have any spoilers or anything. But they'll hear the noise. They'll hear the crowd.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
I want to do that so bad because Kelly does it, and it explodes when she does it. It's so.
And it's going to explode with Survivor Talk with D&D doing it.
Watching me and Jimmy T, you know, they're just going to be crazy. But
we would just use our Survivor Talk with D&D Twitter account, and you would use that to Periscope.
Yeah,
that'd be awesome.
I want to do that, but I got to get John's approval for that. Yeah. But I think he'd be okay as long as I don't show anything. But if I got like a different survivor each time,
that'd be great.
Got Sandra or Richard Hatch come stand next to me. Of course,
is Richard going to be there this year?
Oh yeah, you didn't see that note? Hatch is going to be there. And Sandra.
Are you serious? The one. Okay. All right. Enough of that. Let's get to.
David is here.
Now he's pumped.
Picking back up where we were before my computer messed up. All right. So let's talk about the merge. Let's look at the makeup of the merge. Brain Tribe, they have Aubrey, Neil, Joe, and Debbie.
All right, so Neil and Debbie are probably in safe spots, right? They haven't made any waves. They didn't have to vote anybody out the last 2 weeks.
Right.
Joe just got blindsided kind of by Aubrey.
Uh-huh.
But he's not going to trust any further that he can throw her. He might work with her, but I don't think he's going to want to trust her.
Right.
Aubrey's the one that put her neck out there.
Yeah.
She saved the beauties, but at the same time, she wrote down a beauty.
Yeah.
Who do you think's in more danger, Joe or Aubrey? Of the 4 brains, who do you think's in the most danger?
Aubrey, because Aubrey will be seen as the one who made it all happen.
I completely agree. She's the strategist of those two. Joe's just loyal. He's just going to be loyal.
Right. All right.
But she may have saved them. And reading Jeff Pittman at True Dork Times, he's got so many good points. She may have saved them by not taking them in as 5 with Peter, making them less of a target.
Right. Which I believe we talked about that on our podcast. Though.
Okay. Yeah, we probably did.
Yeah. Now the Braun tribe has Sydney, Jason, and Scott.
They're going to be the debutantes that get asked to the ball, I would think.
Yeah.
Especially if Jason gets to be Jason, and they say, "Oh, he's probably got a mean. He's probably not going to be nice." Everybody wants to take him to the end,
right?
Or Scott, for that matter, since he's a celebrity.
So it's going to be 4 and 4 and 3, right?
Yeah.
Nick, Ty, Michelle, and Julia, and then you have Brain, and then you have the 3 Braun. But I don't know if it's going to lay down like that.
I think Beauty's going to be splintered.
Gosh, Braun has got this. What a great position for them.
They can pick and choose who they want to work with.
Yeah.
And I think they're going to want Debbie, and they're going to want Ty because of Scott. They can pretty much pick who they want.
That's crazy.
Group. All they need is 3. That gives them 6 to 5.
Right. Wow.
And Aubrey might be looking for somebody. She might go to him.
Okay, so we've got 3 idols in play, all on one beach, with all 3 of them plus Scott knowing that there's super idol possibilities.
And he knows where 2 of them are.
Yeah.
And Colton, in his rankings, I just read his rankings, he is adamant about the super idol getting played or getting up at some point because of how much it's been talked about.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, I wrote on our Facebook page that I'm actually complimented that our rankings are so similar now because I think he's one of the smartest fans to watch the game. He has a really good read on it. So so that it's got to be Scott and Jason and Ty.
Yeah.
Question is, will Ty know that Jason has it? Because I got a feeling Jason's going to find out Ty has one in about 5 minutes after the merge.
Okay.
So that's why it was so hard to rank this week. I think I wanted it's the obvious choices to say, okay, go after the studs, go after the guys that can win immunities.
Yeah.
But at the same time, merges can throw some wrenches, like Sarah went after the merge in Cagayan because she was flipping.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't necessarily a targeted player, but somebody that couldn't be trusted.
Right.
So that could be Aubrey. If Joe gets in with the Braun and he tells them all about Aubrey that she's not trusting, and he says, I want to trust somebody. I need to trust somebody now, so I'll trust you guys. Or it could be, it could be Nick, but if it's Nick, it's probably because he's such a challenge threat.
All right, this is what I think. Scott, Sydney, and Jason are going to team up with the beauty side because Scott knows about Ty's idol. So that's going to lean him towards that side versus the Brain. Well, Ty and Julia and Michelle will hang together, and Nick will not. Michelle doesn't want to have anything to do with Nick.
Right.
Right? But I'm just saying he'll be the 7th in that 7. Right? Okay? And then they're going to want to take out one of the Brains. Now, I'm thinking they're going to go after Neil. But they're not going to know Neil has an idol.
Mm-hmm.
Neil's going to play his idol and get out Scott or Jason.
So that would be smart to pick the 3 beauties and then have Nick as number 7 and then use Nick to get rid of all the Brains if they can.
Yeah.
And then get rid of Nick as number 7.
They just don't know that Neil has the idol. But they're going to go for Neil because he's either Neil or Debbie. Because Scott knows that Debbie's been really playing.
But I think Michelle would want to keep Debbie because I think Michelle's going to say yes to the Braun but want to work with Debbie to the end. Because Debbie's going to do what she can to get her to the end.
So who cares about Joe? He's a 72-year-old guy who's going to get, medevaced or something probably. Or he's not as big of a challenge as, say, Neil is nor Aubrey. So I think Neil, he's going to have to play his idol this week, and they're going to send home Scott or Jason. There you go. That's my prediction.
So they could split votes if they get. Well,
okay, all right. Now that's a good point.
It's really going to be up to Joe. This could be interesting if Joe wants to make a move away from Aubrey because he can't trust her anymore.
Yeah.
If they could bring in Joe as number 8, that gives them 4 votes that they can split between Neil and Aubrey, or Neil and Debbie.
Right, because they are smart enough to I didn't even take this into consideration. They're smart enough to realize that one of the brains could have an idol, so they're going to split the vote. So then it's between Neil and Aubrey.
It would be funny.
Neil and Aubrey.
If they brought in Joe as number 8, and then 4 people voted Neil, and then 3 people, or the other 4 people voted Joe.
Yeah.
That way they could get rid of Joe if they wanted to, if Neil plays an idol.
Yeah.
That would be slick.
All right, y'all. That's our D&D Extra, man. That's our thoughts. So.
See, this is what's so good is I have no idea who's won.
Oh, I know.
It could be Aubrey. It could be Deb, like you said.
Yeah.
But I think she's got a lot of ends. She's my number 1 ranked this week, and Colton's too.
Yeah.
Our 1 and 2s were the same, and I just think she's safe. She's just been such a good edit and so far, and I think she's going to be good.
Yeah. All right, y'all. Thanks for being D&D patrons. $2 and above. We really appreciate it. And
we'll talk to you Sunday before our next D&D Extra.
That's right. Bye, y'all.
See ya.